Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Cataclysm golf course scenario playthrough. In the last episode, we actually bumped into a bit of a problem. We wanted to work on our vehicle, and we discovered that we don't really have a hacksaw, which is pretty crucial to getting a lot of vehicle parts. Specifically, right now, we need a frame so that we can build our telescopic cantilever, and then we can go get a storage battery. So in order to get a frame for the cantilever, we probably could put it on a wooden frame, but I would rather put it on a folding metal frame. That way we can take it with us in the future. So in order to get the cantilever on a frame, actually, to craft a foldable frame, I don't think we do need to get an actual hacksaw frame. We would want, yeah, is it foldable light? Yeah, so we could just make one ourselves. We still want a hacksaw down the road anyway, but the reason we were going to do that is that we wanted a hacksaw, which would require us to forge a hacksaw, which would require us to make a bunch of forging tools, and it would just be a huge kind of all-day affair, if not several days, because of the proficiency and crafting changes. I just think making a lot of those tools, like let's say we wanted to make tongs. Oh, it's only 2 hours of forging. Okay, I mean, that's not terrible at all, but we would need an anvil, tongs, crucible, all that good stuff that we would normally need for forging. We will want those things eventually, so it might be something that we work on today anyway and just work on getting our forge tools set up. We do have this nice electric forge, so we have something that's portable that we can take with us on the road or even install in our vehicle later on in the game. So I do think we'll work on forging tools anyway today, but why don't we prioritize making that frame right now? We do have a welder, and we have quite a lot of batteries. In fact, we don't even have a battery charger installed in our vehicle. My goodness. I don't think we have a recharging station. There may be one in that RV that we were going to get the storage battery from. And our vehicle's only 2 parts wide. I like starting with a vehicle that's 3 tiles wide. Maybe we should go look at that RV and see if we can salvage it and just bring the whole RV back to base. Why don't we pop over there? Where's my spear? We should probably take a weapon with us. Let's drop our entrenching tool. We don't need that anymore. We were just digging up clay for a crucible. In fact, we'll drop the clay out here. So we do have enough clay for a crucible when we get there, but for now, let's wield our copper spear, and we'll head out there. Let's just look at the RV, see if it's drivable, see if it's something we could put together to bring back to base. And while we're out, we'll take a look and see if we can find any 3-tile wide vehicles. 3-tile wide being the interior, like this ambulance here has 3 tiles already built in the back. We, of course, could expand the vehicle we already have. It's just a lot of work to do that. It's very time-consuming. It eats up your batteries. And we're still early enough in the game that every day we take kind of doing things that don't really progress our character. It puts us behind the ball, right? Because the enemies are going to be evolving at all times. So let's have a look at this ambulance. Maybe this is drivable. I don't know. We could use an ambulance as a core vehicle. No wheels, draining tank, car battery, everything looks good except for the wheels, so we could potentially put wheels on it. But again, with Cataclysm, if one wheel is broken, they almost always have 4 wheels broken. So we would actually need 4 wheels to bring this thing back to base. Now, wheels thankfully are a pretty attainable thing, but something with Cataclysm, they do this all the time. So many vehicles have all their wheels blown, and I don't really understand. One, I don't understand why they make it so that, this just doesn't even have a wheel up here, huh? It's just completely missing a wheel. They make it so that almost every vehicle has damaged wheels, and when they're damaged, all 4 are damaged. It's something I really dislike about the vehicle system. I think that that's a game balance thing, because the reality is, in real life, during an apocalypse, we would, most people are not going to have their tires suddenly blow out for no explicable reason. So when I see a lot of vehicles that just have no tires, it makes me think like, this must be for game balance, because they know if every vehicle, if this was really like the apocalypse, most vehicles would be intact, and that would be very powerful for a player to basically be able to get a vehicle whenever they wanted to. Same with the damage on vehicles. Like, it doesn't make sense, right, that so many parts on a vehicle would be damaged like this. on just a standard vehicle parked in the street or whatever. So, all right. So you have wheels. They're not the right size for the ambulance. I don't think that actually matters. We could install them anyway. I don't think hub assemblies are actually tied to like the basic sizes. I do think there's a hub assembly and then a heavy hub assembly, which is for much larger tires. But I think on standard vehicles, these can accommodate most basic wheels. I'm not 100%. Anyway, let's look at this RV here. And the reason we're looking at the RV is not just because it's 3 tiles wide. It's also because it has a lot of the value that we would want in a vehicle. So it already comes with a fridge, a kitchen unit. Oh, actually, which we took out, if I recall. Yeah. And a bed back here. So it would have a lot of that functionality, and it would require us, we wouldn't have to take the storage battery out. So we have a look here. It does have wheels. It looks like it has gas, battery. The engine is not faulty, and the controls are broken. So unfortunately, to replace the controls, I believe it requires electronics 4 or 5. We would have to remove the security system. That also requires a pretty decent, yeah. So can't remove the controls without removing the security system, but the security system requires 4 mechanics and electronics, which we don't have. So this is not drivable. I'm trying to decide what to do with that information. What about you? Also damaged controls. Yeah, so just not an option. Maybe you don't have a security. Of course you have a security system. So I don't know. I think we will just strip this of its valuable parts. So let's head back to base and build ourselves a telescopic cantilever. I suppose I should also get a question. That way we would have something to talk about. Last episode I talked about my cat, which I try not to just talk about personal things anymore. I try to keep things interesting with the random questions. Let's get a random question. Scroll through the big old list. Click. What is your guilty pleasure? I mean, so what does that even mean, right? Like, what do you do basically that you would be embarrassed to tell people that you do? I guess that you take satisfaction from. So, like, one of the streamers I watch, he talks a lot about reality TV. Like, he loves like 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that, which is kind of a guilty pleasure, right? You watch reality TV and it's kind of embarrassing that you do that, but you know, you get some sort of joy out of it. And I don't know, like what does guilty pleasure really mean? I don't do anything like that. I don't watch reality TV. I don't enjoy that at all. What do I do that's really, I don't do very much. You know, we talk about all the time what I do on a day-to-day basis, and it's really not very much. It's not very impressive. This will be our crane, so we'll call this Niles. Okay. Oh, and the frame is a equal sign, and we can fold this and pick it up as we need to. So that's a really handy feature. I love that we have folding frames and things. So let's unfold the cart here. And we will install this telescopic cantilever. In fact, let's bring this frame down here so that it's in a position where we can actually work with it. Okay. And then we will install the telescopic crane, extendable cantilever crane. If it's in your line of sight, yeah, it's a little weird with line of sight, you know, with removing vehicle parts. It has to be within a few tiles and within line of sight, and it can be a little tricky to have that happen. You install a telescopic crane into the Niles. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that doesn't have a sprite. I actually thought I saw something where they had shown that they did build a sprite for the cranes, but I guess that's not the case. That's okay. So we have a crane now. Let's go retrieve that storage battery. We might need a wrench for this. So let's have a look at our tools here. We do have a wrench on our person, so we're not worried about that. Just can't stop coughing today. I don't know what is going on with me. Hopefully not dying. So we'll go over and retrieve that storage battery. It's going to be huge. We're going to have to like haul it back to base, which is not great, but it'll give us a storage battery. So that's something. We might also take the fridge while we're there. I'm not sure if I actually want the fridge or not. Guilty pleasure. I don't. I most of the TV I watch is like basic comedy stuff that's pretty popular. I like 30 Rock. Right now, I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm catching up on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Parks and Rec, The Office, things like that. Pretty standard stuff. Not really embarrassing. Everyone loves The Office. Like who wouldn't love The Office? So we're gonna need to see where the crane is here, or I'm sorry, where the storage battery is actually located before we can work with the crane. Car battery. We did this before and I don't remember where we found the storage battery. I think it was up front somewhere and I don't really... Okay, so found the storage battery. So if we're looking at the left side of the vehicle, it's front 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 back on the left side. Okay, so we need to go around. Okay, I need this vehicle to come with me. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we should be close enough that we can use the storage battery here with the crane. So it should let us take this out. Let's give this a go. Requires a tool with metal sawing. Oh, that's right. Why though? It's a battery. Why would you saw a battery? Okay. If it's mounted to your car, why do I need to saw it? Why isn't it a wrench? So that's very, very annoying because now we have to go back and we do have to work on getting a hacksaw. We may have seen that in the last episode and I just don't remember. I haven't been recording Cataclysm as much. I've been working on another project. So haven't really been doing much Cataclysm stuff. That's annoying. That's unfortunate. So let's go back and we'll start making all our forge tools. I don't understand that really. I'm not sure why I need to cut metal. I've never really liked that metal sawing is even a requirement on a lot of these vehicle part stuff. Like on a frame, it kind of makes sense because a frame is actually one big piece that's all welded together and everything. Is the storage battery welded into the vehicle? How is it attached? You would think it would be bolts and things. I don't know. All right, and we also went out without our spear, which we should really not be doing. So let's I guess we get to make some forge tools. Okay, well, we'll start with the crucible, which will require a fire, I would imagine, or a kiln. Yeah, fire is fine. So let's haul our clay inside, and we'll just put that on the unsorted pile. Start ourselves a fire so that we can make a crucible. I don't have a guilty pleasure thing. Like, I don't play games that I would be embarrassed to tell you about. I mostly play like mainstream like I don't play dirty games or anything that I would be ashamed to tell you about. Crucible. I don't watch any television that's particularly embarrassing. I don't listen to podcasts that are embarrassing. The main thing I watch that I would be embarrassed to tell people about is I do a lot of like YouTube stuff. So like, podcasts and YouTube videos about growing on YouTube and building a channel and kind of like businessy type stuff. I'd be a little embarrassed of that, but mostly just because I don't want people to know I'm so into it. Because like if you watch my channel, it's a lot of not good content. It's mostly just like this series is not a very good series. It's just me playing a game and talking to you. Let's plays are pretty dead on YouTube. If you want to grow on YouTube, you don't make Let's Plays. You make more edited content or tutorial content. So the bulk of my channel is actually kind of embarrassing. I would be embarrassed to tell people what my channel is and things like that because I know I'm doing things the wrong way. So I don't know. I guess it's a little embarrassing to tell people that I'm like super into the meta YouTube stuff where I'm actually trying to learn how to be a better creator and stuff like that because I don't put most of those things into action. And I would be embarrassed to tell people, how much time I actually spend listening to YouTube podcasts and stuff like that. Mostly my gaming stuff is pretty straightforward. It's nothing embarrassing or we're going to need the anvil first or anything like that. I've been playing a game called Muse Dash, I think is what it's called, lately, which is like, an anime style rhythm game from, I think, from China. I'm not sure. I saw a thing where they like threw a fit about non-Chinese creators streaming their game. They made a big fuss over it. I thought that was pretty interesting because you don't usually people are grateful when a streamer picks up their game, and they were making, oh, we need metal sawing to get frames. Oh, that's going to be actually pretty difficult then to make the anvil, because the anvil is going to require a lot of steel, and the easiest way to get that steel is from frames. Oh, what do we do here? Chunks or lumps of steel. Yeah, but that's so many lumps. Man, we can look for metal furniture, but that's not the way to do this. I think we want to find wrecks or where the vehicles have smashed things up. But we're going to need steel in such a large portion that it's really not feasible to get that from just a few accidents. What we can do, because it's already pretty damaged, I bet we could smash it with something like a sledgehammer or home wrecker. Why don't we see about that? I'm sure someone is in the comments right now telling me, oh, this is not how you do this. There's an easier way, blah, 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 etc. But I don't know what it is. So let's smash up these workbenches and shelving units and see what we get out of that first. Maybe we can get enough from that. But an anvil is a substantial block of metal, so I don't know that that's going to happen. Wield a plank, go smashing. Yeah, so I'm playing Muse Dash a little bit in my free time. It's really good because I can just stop what I'm doing for like 10 minutes and play the game and then go back to what I was doing. It's not like a huge investment. Like, let's say I want to play Tarkov. Well, I got to get in Tarkov. When I get in Tarkov, I got to look. Oh, I'm not damaging the bench. I got to look at my stash, make sure I got the right equipment. That takes, 5 minutes to organize and look at everything. I got to get in. I got to queue up for a raid, and then it's going to spend like 10 minutes loading me into the game. I'm going to get in. I'm going to play the raid for between 30 seconds and like 30 minutes. And then I got to evac. Then I got to sort all my stuff. That's going to take 10 minutes, sell everything. It's like a huge time investment to just take a break, play Tarkov. It's going to take me like an hour. So I don't love that. We got 10 chunks, but we need like 70 for the anvil, right? 160. Oh my God. Okay. So that's not feasible. We would have to smash so much metal furniture. We could have deconstructed them. It would have given us more materials, but not that much more. Where do I get this metal? Okay, well, okay, that's enough to make the home wrecker, which has a very high bash, so we don't need to worry about, so like swinging the plank takes a lot of our stamina. It's just not ideal, so we're going to make a home wrecker, which also will take a lot of our stamina, but it has a better bash value as well. You use the string, I guess. Grab ourselves a home wrecker. Let's go see if we can beat some parts off of this vehicle. Anyway, yeah, so I play Muse Dash. It's really simple, very straightforward. I can, so I edit at night, so I end up editing. I can stop. Oh, that was very easy, actually. We got so much material. It's mostly going to be scrap metal and aluminum, but that's something. Let's haul all of this into a pile so we can actually see when we get pieces of value. That was way easier than I thought. It used to be pretty difficult to haul, to smash parts off of a vehicle, so I'm a little surprised this went as easy as it did. So let's just have a look. Actually, let's not. Let's have a completely clean area that we can see what we get material-wise. I don't know if we can actually break... Oh, we're not damaging the pavement? I don't want to hit the pavement. I want to hit the frame here. I don't think we can actually destroy this frame. We'll give it a few smacks. Okay, that's not working. So what did we get? Mostly glass. Yeah, that's not actually anything of value. So let's try a different tile that actually has metal on it. Quarter panel, yes. See what we get. Okay. Lumps, chunks, scraps. Not amazing, but a few lumps. So we could smash up a lot of this vehicle and get the material we need. It's gonna be time consuming though. I don't know where I moved that to. Okay. But we'll haul this over here as well. So how many lumps did we get? 4 lumps. We need 70 lumps or 100 and some odd chunks. Okay, it's time consuming, but we'll do it. Anyway, it's easy for me to edit for like, 30 minutes or 45 minutes and then stop editing and go play like 2 songs from Muse Dash. It's a little rhythm game. Each song, is like normal song length, a minute and a half to 4 minutes maybe. And it's really easy to just go play a game or two and then back off and go back to editing. Oops, I saved by mistake. That's okay. So it's a really easy game to just simply and quickly get into and get out of. Lately, I've been editing a lot. I'm working on a RimWorld series. It's not terribly impressive. It is still just a Let's Play, basically, but I'm trying to edit it more, and it's kind of amounting to a lot of work. Every episode, I record for about an hour, and then I edit for like, I don't know, 2 to 4 hours, and then I come away with like a 30-minute video. I don't know. It's a lot of work, and I don't know that it's even worth it. I don't know if people will watch RimWorld. My last RimWorld playthrough, I had a lot of haters that left me some nasty comments, and also just not a lot of people watched it. So I'm not sure if it's even like a good decision, but it's giving me something to do in my evenings. So I've been really working hard. In fact, I'm going to pull up, because it's so crazy how much editing goes into it. I'm going to pull that up really quick. So here we're in Premiere Pro. It is scaled up kind of weird because of the way I scale Cataclysm. But you can see every little line here is a cut. You can see there's quite a few cuts. So many, in fact, that when you zoom out, they actually just become black squares because there are so many cuts in that area. So yeah, it's a ton of work to just go through and edit all of this stuff as I go. But honestly, I kind of like having something really time consuming. Whoops, computer freaked out a little bit there when I closed it. It's nice to have something really time consuming to keep myself occupied in the evenings. So I've been doing a lot of that, and it's been nice to just kind of pick up a rhythm game and play a little bit. I also have the DJ Max, I think it's called. It's like I think it's the DJ Max trilogy. I don't know if it's even still sold. I know they have a new one that's like online only, which I hate and everything. But that's another rhythm game. I'm really pretty bad at rhythm games, but I like them a lot. So, occasionally. And on Steam, I saw that Muse Dash is on sale, which I think it probably will still be on sale when this video goes up. So if you're interested, you can check out the core game. It's like 80 cents or something like that. Really simplistic rhythm game. How many lumps did I need? Was it 40 or 70? It's 40. So we can actually make the anvil now, presuming that we don't waste any material. So I think I will smash just a smidge more to get some backup materials in case we fail to craft. I know this has not been an exciting episode. We've kind of backtracked a lot and we didn't accomplish very much, but I don't know how to be better at Cataclysm. I sometimes there's just tedious stuff that needs done. So let's move that to our west, move all of this stuff, and we'll haul everything. And we'll haul all of this back to base. I really don't need these shards of glass, so I think we'll pull those out of there. Go ahead and move those out. And everything else we will take back to base. We really could, at any time, we could use some tires or sheet metal or, scrap metal, whatever. So we're going to take all this stuff with us. And the bells have been chiming. It must be 6 o'clock because they chime forever at 6, which is just fantastic. So we do have enough to make this anvil. Man, we really didn't accomplish very much so far. Let's get this anvil made. This is going to take several hours. Yeah, so I don't have... Oh, and of course it's nighttime. I don't have guilty pleasures, really. My guilty pleasure would be... I guess I eat a lot, which I maybe should not. I'm a snacker. I don't know. I play games, but mostly it's stuff that you already know about. Where did I drop my spear when I equipped the home wrecker? I don't... Oh, over here? Yes. Okay. And unfortunately night has fallen, so we can't do a lot of work. I don't know. I sometimes I play like Warzone, the battle royales that everyone plays. For the most part, I don't, though, just because I don't like to have... I don't like competitive shooters as much. Every now and then I'm in the mood for a shooter, and lately the only games that are coming out are like hardcore multiplayer shooters. I know it's something I've complained about before, but it really does frustrate me. Sometimes I just want to play a nice quality shooter, and I don't want to be competing against people who spend 9 hours a day playing this game. You know, they come home from school or work or whatever, and all they do is play Call of Duty multiplayer. I don't want to play that because I can't compete with them when I have a very limited and small amount of free time. So it just gets old, you know. I do like shooters. I played a couple rounds of Warzone. I did okay. I had like 10 kills and came in 4th or something like that was my top, my top playthrough this time, which is really not very impressive at all. And I always play solo. You know, I get these games and I'm in Discords where people are like, yeah, oh man, let's play this game. Let's play this game. So I joined a new Discord recently where they talk all the time about Warzone. And I started dropping hints like, oh yeah, you guys got me reinstalling it. I haven't played in a long time, and I'm pretty friendly with these people. And I'm just sort of waiting for them to be like, yeah, you should come play Warzone with us. And it just hasn't happened. And I'm not assertive enough to be like, hey guys, I want to play. So just chilling. I'll play at some point with some people. I don't know. And then I have people who approach me and are like, hey man, if you ever want to play a game, hit me up, or hey, let's do a collab. And I'm just not that interested. I don't know. I do have people who approach me and are like, let's do a collaboration for Twitch or YouTube or whatever. And I'm just like, nah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I'm like this. Where did my anvil go? Where's the anvil we were working on? Is it in my inventory somehow? No. Oh, I see. I picked it up by accident when I picked up my spear. I dropped my anvil. So let's grab the in progress anvil. We should be able to polish this off pretty quickly. It's just an issue that it takes so long, and we didn't really accomplish very much today. I'm really not very pleased with our progress lately. Seems like I constantly get bogged down by minor things. So there we have an anvil. Give me my spear back. And we maybe should drag a workbench outside. If we're going to be doing a lot of forge type stuff, it really would benefit us to get the speed boost of having a proper workbench. These are proper workbenches. They're high quality workbenches. This is not like a... how do I pull the ammo out, I guess, onto the unsorted pile? Actually, I don't know which of you was the unsorted pile. It'll be fine. It's fine. We get a speed boost from the workbench. This is not like a table or a desk that we're working on. We actually have a proper workbench. Was this the unsorted pile? It was not. So that's unfortunate. So let's sort this stuff. It's gonna take a long time, of course. And let's see if we can quickly make some tongs as well. We should have plenty of metal at this point. And thankfully we didn't fail in crafting the workbench, so we didn't lose anything that we actually would have valued very highly, like those lumps of steel that took us a lot of time to make. And what else do we need? We should also look at making the steel spear if we're going to be forging and whatnot. So we're going to need a chisel. It takes a full day to make a metal spear, which is bonkers to me because it's just a steel spearhead. It's not a fully steel spear. It is a wooden pole with a spearhead on it. So I'm not sure why it takes a full day to forge a steel spearhead when I can make a pair of tongs in 2 hours, which is a much more complex piece of metal. So we probably should make a chisel while we're thinking about it. So let's go ahead and do that. We use the scrap metal since it's much more plentiful and easy to obtain. Day's labors are taking their toll and slowing you down. Yeah, what else is new? We're very weary. We're also getting tired. Let's polish off this chisel here. And really, what is a spear point but a sort of chisel? You would think that the chisel would be a comparable time constraint to making a steel spearhead. It really is a more precise tool than what a spearhead would need to be, because you could sort of have a not perfectly formed spearhead and still be very effective. So I don't know what to think of that. Eat our spam. Really, spam doesn't have as many calories as you would like, or as I would like. Let's chug some water. and we'll settle down for the evening here because we are tired. Is the fire on? No, the fire is out. Anyway, another rambly episode. I don't know. I don't do much in my free time. I don't have a lot of guilty pleasures. I am a snacker. I smoke. Smoking is bad. It's one thing that I really enjoy smoking, which I know is a controversial take to have, but I enjoy the act of smoking, and I guess that's a guilty pleasure. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I'm pretty much a Boy Scout at this point. I don't break the law. I don't do anything edgy. I don't really have anything to feel guilty about at this point. So I don't have any guilty pleasures. I think we'll call the episode here. Once again, I'm feeling my self-confidence is shaken. I feel like I've not been doing very well lately, and I'm not sure. After it's been 2 years and I'm still not comfortable recording, I still don't have the confidence I need to have in myself. I don't know. Anyway, internet, let me know what your guilty pleasures are. We all know that you like watching Real Housewives or whatever trash TV exists anymore. Let me know in the comments down below what your guilty pleasure is. Other than that, I'll be back with more Cataclysm content in the near future, and I'll see you next time.